Greetings and welcome to the Real Shots Trigger Talk, coming to you live from the Fix Production Studios here in Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm Mark Druick, and my co-host here, Steve Gildevan. Steve, how are you?
I'm great. Glad to be back. Huh?
It's kind of nice, isn't it? It has been a long stretch for us to not be here talking about stuff that we love.
I'm sure there's some viewers out there who actually recall ancient times when we were doing this on a weekly basis.
Right.
And then something happened. What was that again?
Something about some pandemic or some...
I forget the details. But yeah, things got a little hectic in this industry for a while there.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, whole new studio, whole new production facility, great new producers. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this back and rock and rolling. I think it's a great opportunity for us to share what we're passionate about and also share what's going on at the Real Shot with all the folks out there. And you know, we're going to be talking about hunting. We're going to be talking about archery. We're going to talk about guns. We're going to talk anything that's kind of outdoor related. And we hope to be doing this on a regular basis. But I, for one, am extremely glad to be back here doing this. Number one, I get to talk to you every day anyway. But this is a whole different context for us, and we can just sit here and, you know, you've had a lot of experience in the industry. I've been in the industry for a while. We know a lot of people. We'll be able to bring in some interesting guests and have some great conversations. So, you know, here we're ready to kick it off. And, you know, obviously, Steve, you know, you mentioned that the COVID-19 situation created a lot of issues. And here we are with this ammo issue.
Oh, my God. The last year and a half has been a roller coaster. The ammo thing, I have mentioned it before, and I don't want to over-dramatize it, but there's been some sleepless nights. Mm-hmm. I was waiting for an ammo shipment to arrive, constantly looking, trying to track down, even down to a single box sometimes. I had some shipments that came in that literally had 2 boxes of 30-06 ammo or 5 boxes of 270 ammo. When we get that many people inquiring about ammo availability, right now I expect we'll probably get 100 phone calls and people stopping and looking for those elusive few boxes of ammunition, and it's tiring.
Yeah, it is. It's you know, and as we creep a little bit closer to the gun season coming up here on Saturday, you know, those requests do have a tendency to increase, and you know, I think people are starting to realize that this is not something that was going to come back quickly, and none of us really have any idea when it's going to, you know, come back to where it was. But you know, the thing of it is, that's why our topic is here. And you went ahead and you lined us up a great guest, and his name is Dylon Smith, and he's with Ammo-Inc. and Bio Ammo, and we carry their ammunition here.
We do.
And we're going to go ahead and welcome Dylon into the show. Dylon, how are you?
Hear me?
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Good. How you guys?
Oh, good.
Great.
Thanks for joining us here. We appreciate you having on. And if you just kick it off, Dylon, by saying, you know, telling a little bit about yourself and how the company started and what you guys have going on.
Yeah, so I'm Dylon. I'm an account executive over here at Ammo Incorporated. I'm on the right side there, so not the guy holding the rocket launcher.
Oh, the other guy. Okay.
Yeah, the other
all right,
guy
good. Perfect.
Camo, so, I actually had the opportunity to get in with Ammo Incorporated, so just being interested in the gun community and things like that. And definitely been a wild ride. So when we started here, we actually had a small factory up in Payson. We started as kind of like a boutique ammo manufacturer. Mm-hmm. And it kind of from there, once, you know, COVID, the hysteria, all the riots started happening and all the craziness.
Sure.
So we went from being this little boutique ammo manufacturer to what we are now, this huge company distributor. And now we're getting into other companies and things like that, which is great. But with things going on and all that hysteria, and all the riots and COVID, really helped us kind of grow within the industry.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And the demand was so crazy that we actually had a backlog of like over $100 million. Like, it was crazy. So, wow. And that's kind of when we saw the age of the new shooter. Everybody buying firearms, people trying to defend their families. They're scared, you know. Mm-hmm. And we're kind of seeing those effects now. because all the component costs and all those things, and people are hoarding those components. Everybody's fighting over them, and the prices are going up on them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, what we were seeing through there, were hoarding a lot of ammo, right? Because they didn't know when they were going to get that next shipment, or a lot of people are buying it throughout that time frame. So with a lot of people hoarding that ammo, we're seeing a lot of them shoot it now, since
Sure.
those tensions are really lax at this time.
Sure.
But that has kept the actual demand up really, really high. So we don't see it really slowing down anytime soon. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now.
No, perfect. I mean, it's an interesting phenomenon to see that, Steve and I experienced it right from the get-go, where it did catapult our firearms business and give us that exposure. It was kind of like a perfect storm in a way. It's like, okay, you're trying to break into the industry, and all of a sudden this happens, and your exposure increases, which is great for everybody, but there's always going to be, residual downfalls after a while. But, let me ask you this. What do you see moving forward? What, are things starting to just lighten up a little bit, as your production rate obviously is what it is, but, are you starting to see some of those things lighten up a little bit?
We have seen it lighten up a little bit, and I think that's because we know a lot of people in the industry at this time, and we've hired kind of the right people. So we do see it lightening up a little bit, and our production's getting a lot better, as you guys have seen too. Because we've been dealing with the Real Shot, and we've been helping them get some ammo out there, really trying to at least. And it doesn't always work out. You know, Steve. I know there's been some mishaps.
There's been some frustrating conversations. Yeah,
it's been crazy. And I remember actually up in Payson, we actually outgrew our facility so fast that we had Connex boxes all over on the outside, just full of product and stuff like that, holding, powders and stuff like that. And it was so crazy because we had so many snowstorms coming in. So there was days where we'd just be shoveling snow for 8 hours a day just to keep production up for a lot of our shops out there. So it's just been pretty intense. So.
Yeah, to say the least.
Oh my God, it's been. Well, yeah, it's insanity, absolute insanity. Trying to adjust to a market that changes so rapidly. I don't know that anybody has ever had this level of experience in trying to deal with the shortage, with increased demand, reduced supply, the shipping issues. It's crazy. And of course, then there's all the questions, and I'm sure you get these from time to time, Dylon, too, is, okay, what's really going on? Does Joe Biden have all this ammunition in the basement of the White House, or what's going on? There's got to be something besides what they're telling us. And there isn't.
Right, exactly. There really isn't. It really comes down to supply and demand at the end of the day. Really what we're seeing is component costs are just fluctuating because they're in such high demand, and every manufacturer's fighting over them. So
right.
It's hard, and that's why you see a plentiful amount of 308 all of a sudden coming in, and you're like, why is every manufacturer just making 308? Well, that's all we could get. That's all the components we could get. So
right.
Yeah, and it makes perfect sense. I mean, it's no different than, us trying to obtain all that ammo too. It's allocated. You have so much stuff that's available, and every gun shop and mom and pop shop and gas stations and everything that sell ammunition are all vying for the same, ammunition to be able to, supply everybody. And at some point in time, that just gets really stretched out.
One thing that I hear over and over again, and I'm a little surprised every time I hear it, the question, well, why don't manufacturers just increase production? I mean, it seems, from a very, very not well thought through layman's perspective, I can see where that question would come up. But one of the things that they mention a lot is, why don't they just build new plants? Well, you know what? Ammo-Inc. did, right?
Yeah, so everybody's asking the same questions like that. Why don't you just increase the production and do things? And Ammo-Inc. said, you know what? All right, we're going to do it. So
how long were those plans in place before the shortage started?
They pretty much were not in
Wow.
place.
Really?
Yeah, so we really jumped. I think when the shortage happened, that really, we grew our wings and we're like, you know what, we're going to dominate this market. We're really going to do it. So we we kind of seized that opportunity. So we just started buying machines left and right. They even had me. I would trailer the machines. I'd go pick them up with my truck and trailer them back to the warehouse. So we're buying new machines left and right. And we actually have a new facility in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, that's being opened. We broke ground. We're starting to build it now. We're going to have like a 1,000-yard underground range. So a lot of fun stuff coming.
That's awesome.
Is that going to be available to me?
Yeah, you know what? You're over there, so I can make some calls.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we're not far from there, about an hour's drive. So that's, but it's nice to have something like that in our own backyard as
really
well.
is.
But you have to agree, Dylon. If you don't. Sometimes you look, can we really afford to make this decision, to do that? But then you step back and you say, can we afford not to? It's almost like you have to make that jump. If you want to stay competitive and you want to get ahead of everybody else, you just got to take that chance. And it sounds like you guys have really done that. And I don't think it's ever really going to truly end, because the demand is still going to be there. People are still going to hunt. All those, like you'd mentioned earlier, people who bought firearms are now figuring out, hey, this is kind of fun to go out and do this recreationally and shoot and enjoy myself and get outside. So it's a great opportunity for you guys as well. And let me ask you this, Dylon, is what calibers of ammunition are you guys currently producing, and then do you have plans to produce different calibers moving forward?
Yeah, so currently what we do have in full production, I know we're doing a lot of 40, 308, 223, some 380, 45. 9 is kind of coming down that pipeline. It's kind of been off and on, just trying to get components for that, because that's what everybody's looking for all the time.
Sure.
But we are doing quite a bit of hollow points. We know that defense ammo is really important out in the market as well. And then one of the things that's really cool is our streak ammunition. So we actually created a non-incendiary tracer round. So if you don't want to light your range on fire or light the woods on fire, you can use streak, but still trace your shot.
Wow.
Now, one thing that's new that's actually in our catalog is bio ammo, as you guys can see it on the table right there.
Yes, right here.
Just like the name says, it is a fully biodegradable shot shell on there.
Wow.
So the shot itself isn't biodegradable, but everything else on the husk is biodegradable on there. So that will break down over time, which is fantastic for, hunting waterfowl, things like that. You don't want to contaminate the land or the water. It's something that is really new in the market, but really, really cool also. So it is a premium shot shell, but super great for hunting. It's got all the specs, the feet per second, everything that you would want in a hunting round or bird shot.
Yeah, it's becoming quite popular. The word's getting out, because we carry that here at the Real Shot. Is there's just nothing available. The Federals, the Winchesters, none of that stuff's out there. So we've got this, and people are like, well, give it a try. Number one, it's good ammo. Number two, there really isn't much else out there for you. So, it's great. It's great that you guys jumped on this opportunity as well.
Now, how long has the bio ammo been available? It's manufactured in Spain, correct?
It is currently. So we're actually trying to bring that over here into our manufacturing. We want everything to be U.S. made. So we just made that partnership with them. We've been in the works for quite a while, but distribution of the actual bio ammo is very new. We've only been doing it for about a month or two now. So it's super new in the market.
How long has it been available in Europe?
I think it's been available out there for 6 months to a year from what I'm seeing.
I noticed the specifications on it and the packaging and everything seems to be, it's not a purely American product, obviously. One of the things that I deal with is the packaging. It says 12 gauge on there on the box in one very, very small spot on the front. What everybody is seeing is they see the 28, the 32, the 36 on there. The 28G, everybody's saying, well, how much, why do you have so much 28 gauge ammunition? and that's obviously, that is a metric weight of the shot charge. It's 28 grams, which is an ounce. And then there's it doesn't say 2 3/4 inch on there anywhere. There's been some confusion, and it's needed some guidance here at the store level, but we've been working on it and starting to get some interest here. Get a lot of trap shooters, guys getting ready for their winter trap leagues are excited. I have heard a number of people say that their leagues were actually talking about just folding up for the year because there was no ammunition availability. We're giving those guys a chance now.
Yeah, I mean, they've got something to go out and shoot. Mm-hmm. You know, it like you said, it's a premium ammo, but again, you know, you're spending a lot of time and a lot of money on you know, your guns and time and all that stuff. I mean, so you pay a few bucks more. To me, it would never make any difference. If it's nothing's going to stop me from going out and enjoying what I love to do, whether it's steel shot or pheasant hunting, grouse hunting, whatever it is. Okay, so it's, you know, X amount of dollars. It's a little bit more than what I'm used to paying. That's okay. I'm fine with that.
Now, question for Dylon again. Obviously, what we've got in stock right now, I shouldn't say obviously, what we have in stock right now is 12 gauge 2 3/4 inch. Is there any anticipation about going to 20 gauge ammo as well?
We are looking into it currently right now. We actually just had a meeting with the bioammo guys yesterday, so we should have a new shipment coming here very shortly, and then I'll be able to send you guys those lists and kind of figure out what we're getting. But we're trying to branch out and make all gauges. You know, if we can make 410, we can make some more number 5 shot, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Especially, you know, a lot of the steel, because, you know, a lot of places only allow the steel, you know, if you're near the water.
Right.
So trying to get a lot more of that right now. And like you guys were saying, with it bringing a premium and the price coming with that, we actually are getting news that a lot of the shotgun stuff, since it's in such high demand, is actually increasing in pricing. So it might even be very competitive with other prices out there currently, from what I'm seeing.
Well, very good. We're just fortunate to have it, and you know, because it does. If people know you have it, that's a great product to have that brings in new customers. You know, a lot of people that maybe didn't know we were here that now know we've got this ammo, and we're hoping that today's broadcast and bringing you on as well will help promote that a little bit more, so people say, okay, you know, tell me more about this bio ammo. And, you know, the more people's hands we can get it into, Dylon, the better off it's going to be, and the quicker you guys are going to grow.
Definitely. Yeah, we've been growing pretty darn fast. I don't know if you guys knew as well, but we actually purchased Gunbroker. So we own Gunbroker now as well.
Very nice.
So we just did that recently. So been doing a lot of things in that realm as well. But with everything going on, it's definitely been a huge challenge, but I'm glad we've been able to supply the Real Shot with a lot of ammo, and definitely check them out. They have all of our stuff, most of our stuff in stock. Not all of it. I know we're trying to get all of it in there.
Yeah.
It's just all the production needs right now have just been so crazy. But as far as Ammo Incorporated as well, just to let you guys know, we are publicly traded. I'm not an investment expert, but on the Dow we are POWW.
POWW. Well, that's good. We love it. We love it.
I like that.
That is awesome. Well, hey, listen, Dylon, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. I'm hoping we can do this again with you sometime as we get more and more stuff available. We can get on and talk about that a little bit more. And, you know, hopefully somewhere down the road you'll be able to stop in the shop here and we can have a face-to-face conversation as well.
Yeah, definitely. If I was out in Wisconsin, I'd already been there, but they got me stationed over here in Scottsdale, Arizona. But hopefully I'll be making a trip up to the when the new warehouse is built, and I'll come down and say what's up.
Yeah, you should definitely definitely let us know when you're going to be in the area, and we'll definitely, you know, make a connection, whether you come here and visit us or we come visit you and you give us a tour if that's acceptable, but whatever. We'll connect somewhere down the road, man. But thanks so much for taking the time to join us here on Trigger Talk.
Yeah, of course, guys. Yeah, I'll have a range day with you. We'll figure something out.
Oh, that sounds like a plan,
great.
man. Thank you.
You can bring the ammo.
Take care, man.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Have a good one, guys.
You
Thanks,
too.
Dylon.
All right, Dylon Smith with Ammo-Inc. and Bio Ammo taking the time to join us here on Trigger Talk.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, now it's nice to, you hear it from guys like you who speak that every single day. I field the calls. I talk to people as well, but it's nice to actually have somebody from an ammunition manufacturer to come on and say, okay, you know what? Here's the reality of the situation.
Yep.
Nobody, people are hoarding ammo, but the government doesn't. They're not hoarding all this stuff in the basement of the White House.
That's what they want you to think.
Well, it is kind of humorous sometimes to get people's perspective on what they think is the issue here. But it is just that basic. Not unlike anything in our industry, the outdoor industry. There's different. The companies don't manufacture every single thing that goes into that. There's packaging, there's backers, there's plastic, there's all these components that go into manufacturing that.
That box of ammo, speaking generically, it could be any product from anybody. That could be all ready to ship, except they don't have the guys who make that sticker, that seal on the end of the box. Right. Are behind in shipping. Mm-hmm. So all that product sits there just waiting for that. They're waiting to ship that because they don't have the ink that they need to do that because that's on a boat coming from China.
Right.
It's crazy. We talk about the worldwide supply chain being broken. It's been shattered.
Yeah.
And we see that on every level. My brother sells vehicles for a living, and those guys are struggling real hard. They can't get anything on the lot because of this isn't working, because this isn't working, because this isn't working, because this isn't working, because some grandmother in Taiwan called in sick that day.
Yeah.
There's
so many things.
All the backups to the backups to the backups are not in place anymore. And as a result, I think all manufacturing worldwide is suffering from, oh my God, now what happened?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's that way across the board. Trying to find specific things, just it doesn't matter what industry it is.
Well, like Dylon said, the ammo manufacturers are fighting over components.
Right. Exactly. They've already increased their production. They've done what they can do, but that's all those things that go into that production as well. But now that's a perfect segue into this next topic.
Ooh, you're a segue. You're a segue.
Did you like the way I used that word?
I
don't know what it means, but
I have no idea. I've heard it you said before.
Right.
I think it has something to do with a scooter without need.
Is that what it is?
Never
okay,
mind.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, obviously, with ammo shortages in certain calibers, you and I have had this discussion, and it makes perfect sense. Almost everybody has something else, whether it be a shotgun or a muzzleloader, a crossbow. If you don't have the ammo for the gun that you like to shoot, find an alternative.
Most people have options. I understand it's your go-to rifle, it's your go-to arm for hunting, but all of a sudden you can't get ammo for that. And the snarky comment that I have made several times is, you're just going to have to go to your backup. Mm-hmm. I understand not everybody has a backup unless they think about it pretty hard. That old 870 Wingmaster with a vent rib barrel and a modified choke will throw a slug. God knows it was done. That was what everybody used for a long time, half a century ago in central Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, the shotgun only areas. You know what? Get that gun out, buy a box of slugs. There are slugs available. The Foster type, what's called the rifle slug, they are available. Not everywhere and not every brand, but again, buy a box or two, get that old shotgun out of the closet, see what it'll do, and then hunt within the capabilities of that particular firearm.
Right.
It's legal in Wisconsin to use your archery gear during the gun season.
Absolutely.
Keep shooting that crossbow. Get that bow out and go out, change your hunting strategy.
Strategy. I like that.
It's a tragedy. Change up your strategy, and get out there and hunt with that shotgun. With that, A lot of people have ARs. They have the AR platform rifle chambered in the 5.56. Granted, 5.56 and 223 are not the greatest whitetail cartridges in the world, but with the right ammunition, they're actually getting the job done. I know, I've done it.
Yep.
Again, that ammunition is available. We've got it here in the store at TRS.
Yep.
Think outside the box. Okay, you've got that 357 Magnum that you've got some ammunition for. Okay, you gotta limit your range, but at least you'll be out there hunting. And I think that's the point we're trying to get to is better than sitting at home because you can't get a box of ammo for the 270. Get what you've got, shoot it, make sure you know what the capabilities of that gun are, and then get the hell out in the woods and hunt.
Yeah, get out there. Don't let that stop you. You know, I mean, we're fortunate enough in Wisconsin that you can actually use a crossbow to fill your gun tag and fill your archery tag. And I thought when they, put that back into place, that was great because how many times are you out there and, okay, you shoot your buck, within the first hour of the season, and now you've got your archery tag. You could realistically shoot 2 bucks in the same day.
You really could,
and even shoot. And here in Wisconsin, you have a lot of shots. Guys are hunting in open areas, but a lot of the areas guys are hunting are in the woods. So you're still within the parameters of a 40-yard shot, 45-yard shot with a crossbow. That's very doable with these high-speed crossbows that they have out there today. So
and frankly, in a lot of places in Wisconsin, 40 to 45-yard shots, what most people are taking with their rifles anyway.
Oh, no, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what's so relative about it. And even back in the days when we were hunting with slugs, yeah, they'll shoot to a certain distance, but there's always that comfort level of, okay, what's my distance that I think I can put that slug in there. But,
and that comes back to what I was saying. Regardless of what you choose to hunt with, you still have to be responsible. You have to know the capabilities of not just the firearm, but you and the ammunition and the firearm together, and then hunt responsibly. That goes without saying.
Yeah, and then you got handguns.
And handguns, and again, get out that, if you've got an old 45 auto lying around, you know how to shoot it, pick up a box of hollow points. Wisconsin dropped the minimum barrel length requirement for handgun hunting now. They will still probably cite you if they find you out there with a 2-inch barreled 38 special because it's kind of vague, but the law now reads, as far as I've been able to interpret it, that the gun has to be capable of a humane kill on an animal. That's what they're saying.
Right.
So, yeah, your 9mm with full metal jacket ammunition, probably not. You got a long-barreled 9mm and some good quality heavy bullet hollow points. As long as you're keeping your shooting in close, it's a viable option. Is it a great option? No. But if you know that you can put the bullet in the right place, we all know that's 90% of humane kill anywhere.
Right.
Anyway, is not the ammo that you're using so much as where you're putting the bullet.
Right. And you got 44s. You've got the 10mm, which is a great
10mm, great whitetail round. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that can get the job. I've shot one with a 44 mag, and it was a longer barreled gun, 8 3/8. That did the job. But with the right ammo. But again, don't just because you can't find the ammo for your particular weapon. Yeah. There's got to be. Don't be afraid to explore what your options are.
Sure. If you're a muzzleloader, get that muzzleloader out a week early.
Yeah. Exactly. And the latter years of my whitetail hunting here in Wisconsin was all done with a muzzleloader. I love the one shot, one kill idea. That way you've got to pick your shots. You still can put some distance behind it.
Oh, certainly.
And even we've got a full complement of stuff here for muzzleloaders as well. And I mean,
except the primers.
Except the primers. That's going to be an issue across the board. But I've killed a lot of deer with a muzzleloader, and I'll tell you what, that does the job. Plus, I love the big puff of smoke. You're waiting for it to clear. It's like, okay, I think I hit it. It made me really evaluate my shots, because you have one, pick the right.
You don't have that rapid follow-up shot on board, and you know it going in, so you've got to be careful.
Yeah, yep, for sure. And the bullets that they make, You know, the Hornady SSTs, I've had great luck with that. 100 grains of powder, boom. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to probably head out to the range today and give my muzzleloader a couple shots before I head down to Iowa. So
Nice.
it's going to be a nicer day anyway, but looking forward to getting that back out. But yeah, there's options out there for you, and especially, you know, with the gun season, a lot of the shots that I had when I had my property in Waupaca County were 60 yards or less. You know, it wasn't really, the deer aren't running out in the open fields during the gun season. They're trying to sneak around and you know, hit the creek bottoms and use the cover to their advantage. So
I've always liked hunting heavy cover, and I set my stands up. I set my hunting scenarios up so that I've got close shooting.
Yeah.
I just prefer it.
Yeah, I do too. That's I think both of us loved about the archery hunting is that it's up close and personal.
That's right.
You know, when you see the steam coming out of their nose when they're when they're walking by you, you know, like this time of the year. But very interesting. But yeah, there's a lot of options out there for you. Having a crossbow in your arsenal is not a bad idea by any means. You know,
No.
Not by any means. But you know,
And we sell those here.
yeah, we do. We've got Ravens. We've got 10 points. You've got. And the thing about a crossbow is it's not like you need to spend a lot of time sighting it in. They're so advanced now that, you know, we can take you into our range here and get your scope set up and you have you shooting and out in the woods within an hour. You know, they're that accurate, you know, especially when you get up into those high speed 430, 450 feet per second. That's screaming for a bolt, you know, 450 grain arrow and that type of energy. It's like, it's kind of game over, you know, but yeah, great option. But, you know, again, following up, here we are, you know, it's Tuesday before the Wisconsin gun deer opener. And, you know, deer hunting in Wisconsin is such rich tradition in gathering of families and friends and things of that nature. And I think it's so important, Steve, for us to be able to sit here and discuss, you know, all of these things, but basically it boils down to, you know, hitting the woods and being safe. I mean, we're dealing with large amounts of people, moving animals, loaded weapons. Safety is, I can't impress upon it enough how important it always has been to me in my life, and I know you're the same.
No, safety is something that you cannot take for granted. I can't imagine a better tradition, a better way to establish lifelong memories than getting together with family and friends in a deer camp. The camaraderie, the whole feeling of that. 1 second of poor judgment can destroy the memory and all the memories associated with it forever.
Yeah.
You have one tragic accident occur in a group setting, and you'll never think of hunting the same way again. Plus, you know, the impact of a bad decision with a firearm or crossbow, any other type of arm, it's irrevocable.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Be the guy who questions everybody. Is your safety on? Anybody looks at you crosswise and tells you to mind your own business. He needs to be reminded that he should be doing the same thing. Everybody should be asking everybody constantly, hey, please don't sweep me with the muzzle of your firearm. Did you check to make sure that's unloaded? Would you check my gun for me? You know, what have you? Make safety a group culture.
It has to be, you know.
It has to be.
You're so right. Is that, you know, you've know where you're at, know where your friends are at. I mean, it's not. There's not a whole lot of driving that goes on anymore. Back like there was years ago.
It's kind of hard to drive a 5-acre parcel.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that could be a bit of a challenge, but it's, again, like going back to what you said, Steve, making sure your weapon is empty. Be accountable to each other. If you've got to be that guy in camp that checks everybody before they do that, because all somebody has to do is pull a gun out of a case and there's that last shell is in there. They drop the mag, but they don't eject the last shell that's in the chamber. You know,
that's right.
You can't take that back. You know, and like you said, it can ruin. You could have decades of of memories, and all it takes is
Destroyed.
destroyed by one careless situation.
Instead of after a rich lifetime of hunting, you're able to, on your deathbed, in your waning days, being able to look back fondly on all those great memories. The only thing you're going to be able to think about is that one tragic moment. So just don't let it happen.
Yeah, don't let it happen.
Don't let it happen.
Be that guy, if you have to be, especially when you're hunting with people maybe you don't know very well. I've been a loner for years, and I've hunted with certain guys growing up in my life, and I grew up with them. I trusted them. I knew they would be smart enough to make the right decisions. But there's always somebody that comes into the camp, and I think at that point in time, that's where the education process starts. Before the chili gets cooked, before the beer gets drank, before the cards start to be played, here's the rules.
Yep.
This is the way it is, and if
having a little reminder ceremony, a little discussion, a little group gather at the very beginning, not a bad idea. We're going to talk about safety.
Yep.
And anybody that rolls his eyes, ask him to leave.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to travel and hunt and being part of some pretty decent camps, and that is the first thing. Before the guns get loaded in the truck the next morning, the night before, the safety rules were gone through, so that everybody's on the same page and they don't have their own interpretation of, there's nobody close to me. But again, you're shooting high-powered rifles the bullets can travel a long ways, and you never know.
You can't assume that an unloaded gun is unloaded. Ask Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't ever take that for granted.
That's going to be the legacy of his career. You will not be able to think about all the movies he's done, all the work he's done, everything he's done, whether you like him or not. He's got a great body of work, and now the last thing that anybody is going to, I shouldn't say the last thing, but every time you think about him, that Rust incident is going to be part of it. It's going to mar his entire legacy. Yeah, well, and then the guilt that you have to live with for the rest of your life to deal with something like that. But I think we'll close out the show with that in mind. Hunt safe, hunt hard, and remember why you're out there. As we are in charge of maintaining and developing the stewardship of the outdoors. It's a privilege, not a right, to go out and do these things. And we're fortunate to live in the state of Wisconsin, where we have an abundance of outdoor activities to be a part of. So, well, it's fun to be back. It is. This is great. It's like, okay, boom, okay. Should we do this again? I don't know. I think we should. I think this is just too much. We already have a plan, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yeah. We have. We'll kind of pimp next week's show. We've got some cool stuff coming up, but we've got Roy Christensen from America's Gunsmith Shop. I'm looking forward to that. I am too. You've been working closely with Roy for a long time. I've known Roy for years. Roy is one of those people that everybody says, he's just one of the world's great guys. Yeah. He's just a super nice guy, very knowledgeable. And he's got, I think he'll share with us some pretty exciting news about America's Gunsmith Shop. We're also going to be talking about Black Friday. That'll be a couple days before Black Friday. And, and we will have some things to share about Black Friday store-wide. Yeah. Yeah, pretty exciting. Going to be another great opportunity to get some great deals at the Real Shot on Black Friday. But yeah, looking forward to that. We'll have some other goodies for you as well. But again, thanks to Dylon Smith from Ammo-Inc. for taking the time to join us here on Trigger Talk. And if you're out there, you're gonna hunt this weekend. Again, hunt safe, hunt hard, put your safety belt on. It will save your life. So on behalf of Steve Gildevan and myself, thanks to the production crew here at Fix Productions, and thank you to the Real Shot for supporting this program. We're greatly appreciative of that. And to all of you, we wish you the best of luck in this upcoming deer season. See you next time.